I'm Rock Kabatko from MastonSports.com, School of Rock, with Orioles manager Buck Showalter for another edition of the Buck Blog. And Buck, the trade deadline is almost upon us. I know how the players deal with it, or at least most of them. I know how the media deals with it. How do you deal with it as you're trying to focus on the players that are here, and yet, there are rumors circulating all over the place?
I choose not to deal with it. It's really a false deadline. You can still acquire. It's just these are the players that would be eligible for the postseason. You can still acquire people. There's ways to do it. Anything that affects the 25 guys out there, I deal with. But my total focus is on the 25 guys in the game that starts every day, and those type of things. It's good because it gets people talking about baseball, and there's a lot of curious things out there. We know that 3/4 of stuff thrown up against the wall doesn't stick, so it's what people do, and I'm glad they're doing it. I just wish sometime they weren't so insensitive about people when they throw something out there, just to be able to say they did and deliver what they think they're supposed to deliver, because there's human beings out there with families and wives and moms and dads.
Does it ever create potentially an awkward situation when, like you're saying, a player's name may leak as being someone who's being offered and a deal's close and then maybe it falls through, and all of a sudden this player is still in your clubhouse and you still need him focused and you need him to know that you want him here and you want him to contribute?
I don't really find that. Sometimes they say this name was leaked and the name was inaccurate. I'd love to have everybody held accountable for the things that they're wrong. It'll be about 8 out of 10. And not many people would be working. If we were as inaccurate as the people who put this stuff out there inaccurate, we'd be out of a job. So I think our guys are very mature about it, and most players in big leagues understand it comes with the territory, but it's really kind of cruel in a lot of ways how unfeeling people are about it.
With Giovanni Gallardo back in the rotation and better than the first version, Darren O'Day back in the bullpen after about 7 weeks, do you almost count them as additions, deadline type additions, because you're getting them back and fresh?
And Bundy, we think we'll get Rickard back at some point this year. So, and we got Kim back, and I don't think people, because our guys don't talk about it, and I try not to talk about it, realize how many injury situations we played through, and people have stepped up. And this is one of the few times what we thought when we came out of spring training that we would be running out there. So, hopefully that bodes well, because we've had some guys with some time off. I think it figures good for Giovanni as the rest of the season goes on, because he really hasn't had a whole lot of innings and stress on his arm.
You mentioned Bundy in the rotation now with Kevin Gausman. How nice is that, given that they were drafted first-round picks to be part of the rotation for many years, and here they are now? It's like the future is now.
Yeah, they've certainly applied their trade, and they've done everything that you can do to take advantage of this opportunity. So that's the way it's supposed to work. The draft's a crazy thing, because you only have to be right really once out of 40 times, but you got to be real right. You got to be real right with Manny. You got to be real right with Wieters. You got to be real right with Bundy and Gausman. Those guys are all first-round picks, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of guys, but it's been fun to do it from within. It certainly does a lot for morale in the minor leagues.
I'm Rock Kabatko. He's Buck Showalter. Thanks for watching.